Can you speak to that just for a second, just the media's attention to this topic and how it ebbs and flows, to say the least?
Well, I mean, the media's attention is going to, ebb and flow on any kind of issue. But on this issue in particular, it's kind of like pulling teeth to get them to cover it because it makes their guy in the White House look bad. And frankly, it kind of vindicates President Trump, who was, orange man bad for the media. And so if they can do their sort of minimal reporting on it, and they have, but then kind of say, okay, well, let's move on. It's not really a story anymore. There's going to be a temptation to do that, even though, like you said, it almost certainly does seem to be getting worse. From February to March, the number of these so-called unaccompanied minors, who really aren't unaccompanied, they were brought by smugglers, but that's what they're called, doubled. The number of adults traveling with kids, bringing kids with them, almost tripled. And they're expecting the numbers to be going up for at least several more months before the summer heat probably makes it subside somewhat. So this is not over. And the reasons it's happening aren't over. And so even if it goes down a little in the summer, it'll just start going back up again in the fall.
Yeah. What's, to you, the most important / overlooked aspect of the border? For me, and the thing we talk about the most on the show, is the sex trafficking angle to it. The women and girls who don't make it across the border are stuck in Mexico, sex trafficked, or come across here and are sex trafficked across the country. So that's the thing we focus on the most. But what do you think is the most important, or at least talked about?
That's clearly the, one of the most outrageous parts of it. But really, the fact that enormous numbers of people are surging across the border and are being let go and will never leave. See, the fact here is that the Biden administration is essentially using the claim of asylum, where you want to be, you claim political asylum, even though none of these people warrant it, as an excuse for making basically an end run around the limits on immigration that Congress has passed. They're cooperating, they're kind of conspiring with these illegal immigrants to increase immigration permanently without Congress voting on it, because Congress wouldn't approve anything like that. That seems to me really the bottom line of what's going on at the border.
If Trump made it where either you can't come across or you have to wait in Mexico for you to get a thumbs up or a thumbs down to come in. Previous to Trump, it was, here's your court date and we let you off in America. Like, that's crazy enough. But now we're not even giving out court dates, is my understanding.
Yeah,
Can
in
you
a lot
walk
of
us
cases,
through, though, the process?
Yeah, in a lot of cases, there's so many people, they're not giving court dates out. They just can't. I mean, they literally are overwhelmed. And so it's kind of honor system. They give them a piece of paper and they say, okay, well, call a number when you get to your relative's place in, LA or Washington or whatever. Call this number and check in. With ICE, in order to have a deportation hearing. Well, who the heck is going to do that? It's insanity.
Wow. That was deep and insightful. I want more of that. Like, subscribe, get more.